What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we've got a 1985 Honda ATC 250SX. These bikes are really cool in the sense that they are the perfect marriage between sport and utility, at least in my opinion. It's got a full suspension, somewhat long travel front suspension. It's not exactly really sporty, but I guess for an 85 ATC it was sportier. It does have a rear shock as well, so it's not as brutal as a hardtail would be on the trails. This is actually quite pleasant to ride. This came with a plastic tank because I'm guessing it sat for a while, and the original tank, which I have, it's rusted out right at the bottom, so I'm guessing water and gas kind of mixed together and sat for a very long time and eventually rusted out this bottom seam. But that's in need of full restoration, but it's not dented at all. It's actually really nice. Original wheels, tires are brand new Kenda Scorpions. Plastics are all original, no damage, no cracks, outstanding condition, really nice. The original exhaust silencer on the back, you can also tell it's been sitting for a while. I guess some water condensation built up there. Also, there's a seam right here on the bottom where water must have sat for a while and eventually rusted it out, but it's not loud at all. It's still actually pretty quiet, but it is a little bit rusted. Anyway, when I got this bike, it came with this rack on the side, and listen, it's big. That's a big rack, and I went for a while without putting it on, and I eventually threw it on just to see how it would look. And I thought it was ridiculous up until I had to pick up my garbage cans at the end of my driveway. Rode this thing right down to the driveway, to the bottom of the driveway, threw the garbage cans in the back. No problems at all, came right up the driveway. No more strain on my back. No more dragging them up the 45-degree driveway I have. Furthermore, I was able to load this entire rack up with tree cutting equipment the other day because I had some trees come down that were still, I guess they were weakened by the Hurricane Isaias that we had. So those trees came down behind my garage. I ended up loading that entire rack full of gas, a chainsaw, rake, some other stuff, rags and such that I had to get the job done, some straps. And that rack was awesome. It is freaking awesome. So I guess if you're looking to do stuff around the yard, that rack is tremendously useful. What else can I tell you? These bikes are awesome also in the sense that you don't need a battery. They are electric start, but you don't need the battery to be good or even installed in order to start them. You just click the key to on, kick it, and it'll start right up as long as everything else is good to go. When I got this bike, it had no rear brakes at all. So I ended up taking off the wheel, taking off the brake hub, and inside was basically a completely disintegrated, to the point of being powder, rear brake assembly. So I ended up putting in a new grooved brake assembly, which, to my understanding, is good for water. I guess it drains out better. It doesn't get caught between the pad and the hub. And those have been working really well. I just did a complete oil change, motor oil as well as the diff oil in the back. Used that Honda Hypoid oil. It actually came, believe it or not, with the toolbox, which have the original toolkit in it, which is really cool. Everything works as you would expect. All the switches, key, lights work. Really fun bike. So I've got an 85 Big Red, which is my heart and soul. I absolutely love that trike. And I also have an 83 185S. So the Big Red is obviously big and red, and it is, in my opinion, the ultimate utility trike that you can get. I absolutely love that thing. I do everything with it. It is my workhorse. And then the 185S is really cool in the sense is that it's smaller. My wife can ride it. It's still surprisingly strong, but it doesn't have a rear suspension. This does have a rear suspension, has a front suspension, has smaller tires, and the gearbox is a little bit different. It's a little bit sportier. So this thing you can actually do a lot of work with, as well as rip it around pretty well. This thing loves to fly. It's geared more for fun and speed than it is like a Big Red for just a down low first gear stump ripping kind of power. This is a lot more fun, and it's a lot faster to ride through the trails. So there you have it. This is my 1985 Honda ATC 250SX. It may be for sale soon, we'll see. But I'm still determining that. I have a lot of trikes, I'm good to go. So this would kind of be redundant between my Big Red and my 185S. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Ride safe.